My name is Daniela, and today we are going to talk about languages. And here I want to present my speaker, Mahima.
Hi Daniela, hi everybody. So today is a very interesting day because I have a polyglot with me, and today we are going to practice and know more about languages, about our journeys, about languages, about being women polyglots. Daniela, I think let's start with a question answer session. You ask me first, then I ask you next.
Cool. The first question that I'm usually asked by everybody around me is, why do you study languages? So that's the question that I want to ask you.
Okay. So languages is something that inspires me, because I love connecting with a lot of people and I love to travel. And, since my birth, I have been a travel freak. So yes, because unless I know languages, how would I go and travel around the world? I love connecting with people. I love to know the traditions, the festivals, the culture. So yes, that's why language is a motivation for me. Why were you also motivated for the languages? Did you have any particular reason for studying a second language?
I loved languages from the age of 14, 15, my adolescence. I started learning different languages, not only languages like to talk, but I'm interested in linguistics, in the history of languages. I also like different language isolates, rare languages, endangered languages. So in general, like from the linguistic perspective, I like studying information about languages. I think it's pretty interesting.
Wow. I have seen many of your Instagram posts about endangered languages. You are an inspiration for sure, being a polyglot. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Do you live or have you been raised in a bilingual environment or multilingual environment?
No, I have always been into a one language community, because in India, being an Indian, I always used to speak only Hindi, so no other language. In school, it was the first time when I was exposed to the bilingual and multilingual environment. And in school, when I was in class 5, that was the first time I picked up German. Although I don't remember much, instead, just a few words like Guten Morgen and something like that. But that was in class 5. It's been so many years now. But yeah, so that time it was Hindi, English and German. That were the 3 languages I was learning. But yeah, initially being at home, so no, only Hindi. My next question to you is, okay, you said that you were inspired by languages. Okay, and do you have a role model or somebody who's a polyglot and you feel that I want to become like him or her when probably 5 years down the lane or 10 years down the lane? So any inspiration that you have for languages?
Of a person, no. And I think it's good because I want to be like somebody. I liked languages because I like neuroscience, and I like learning how a brain works. And I always liked mathematics, and I believe that languages and mathematics are connected. I actually wrote even an article about this, philosophical article about that. So I think languages are great for our mind, for discovering different cultures, how people think. And that's why I like learning different languages, tonal languages, and about endangered languages and rare languages.
And what countries have you traveled till now, Daniela? Would you like to tell a bit, maybe in one sentence or something, what all countries?
Many countries, actually. I visited 50 countries for now. And I've been to Africa, several African countries like Morocco, Tunisia, the Gambia, Senegal was last year. I visited South America, Bolivia, Peru, Colombia. I visited also Asian countries, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Europe. I hope to continue traveling later, but my way of traveling is different from maybe standard way, because I'm a backpacker, so I travel in a wild way. When I travel, I like trying to talk to local people, trying to talk in their language if it's possible, not to use English all the time. And it's very important for me to see how local people live, not just touristic attractions and touristic places. That's why I always use local transport. I don't use taxis or different things. So I go by buses, I try to find information, and it's really hard. But it's inspiring because you discover like the real world. And that's pretty interesting.
Wow, that's amazing. Using local transport is amazing. Wow.
I have 2 questions. What's your favorite, and what's the hardest language that you've ever learned?
The answer to both the questions is actually the same. I would say Chinese Mandarin, because not only me but the world consider it as the most difficult language, because yes, it is. So for me, I think Mandarin and Japanese both are equally difficult, but for me Japanese was little easy because I already knew some Chinese. So a part of Chinese, that is the kanji script, is there in Japanese. So for me it's easy, little bit easy. I would not say very easy, but yeah, a little bit easy. But Chinese was actually very tough. Many times I thought of just quitting and giving up and, shifting to maybe German, maybe French, with like all the people do. But then I kept, I kept striving, I kept going, I kept writing, I kept talking to people. So yeah, I'm happy that I did not leave it in between.
Because your choice of languages is very interesting, right? You chose the toughest ones, wanting to quit. It's actually what I tell everybody. I say that our brain is lazy, our brain doesn't want to work. So for us to learn, we have to be determined.
Yeah.
We have to work hard. We have to just keep discipline, because otherwise it's easier to do other things.
That brings me to the next question, Daniela. How do you feel when you hear somebody speak, oh Daniela, you speak so well, you speak French so well, you speak Spanish so well? Like, what is the feeling like? Like, how do you feel? Like, finally my hard work is paying off?
I feel pretty uncomfortable because I don't think it's something special, honestly. I think many people have different talents, but I feel really uncomfortable because people don't understand it. They think that it's a superpower. That's not superpower, it's hard work. It's hard work, a lot of time, a lot of determination, and that's it. So I think everybody can be polyglot. I think everybody can be multilingual if they work hard. But people usually want easy solutions, easy ways to learn languages. There is no easy way to learn a language. So you need to work hard. The reaction is always the same. Oh my God, you speak so many languages. I speak only one language.
Any advice you would like to give to some young language learners?
First of all, I think that people need to understand how they think, because people think differently and there are different ways of accessing languages. So there are people who like traveling, for example. It's better for them to start speaking by talking or traveling, communicating with people. There are people like me who like mathematics, like schemes, tables, and maybe it's better to start from grammar, from writing, etc. So there are different ways. First, you have to understand your way. And then, of course, you have to keep discipline. 10-15 minutes every day is better than nothing, because if you study a bit, if you just learn 5 words a day, you progress. If you don't do anything, you don't progress. That's pretty logical, no? But people sometimes prefer to do other things, and they don't do anything because they think, well, 10 minutes is nothing. Well, but 10 minutes every day is something. The most important is motivation and to keep discipline, to keep a routine. It's very important. And then when you see your progress and eventually you find your progress, that will keep you motivated even more.
So all the people who are watching our video, guys, keep yourself motivated and keep learning. Even 10 minutes a day is enough. So you should keep learning.
How do people react to the fact that you speak many languages or you speak different languages and your languages are not so common, the choice of your languages? How do people react?
The first reaction is always of surprise and anticipation. Like, what? You speak Mandarin? Like, what? You speak Japanese? Oh my God, you know so many. Yeah. So I just like you said just now. So I'm not a superhuman. I don't feel that I have so many talent, although I feel good when somebody appreciates. But then again, knowing a language is something that is very personal. You know, if you know a language and you feel good about it. So even in my videos, I try to promote language as a career. You know, because being a polyglot, I feel that if you do it as a full-time career, it has many prospects.
To finish this video, this short video, I want you to tell some advice, maybe about language learning, your experience. What advice would you give?
I would like to tell everybody that whatever language is you are passionate about, so guys, go ahead and pick up that language. Don't feel that, you know, people are not learning it. What is the advantage of learning this language? How will I use that language? That doesn't matter. Learning is a lifelong process. A language is actually a personal journey, so don't ever compete with somebody like maybe he or she is picking up very fast. I am being very slow. Everybody has their own time zone. So I would not ask anybody to just compare themselves with somebody else. And like you said, so I also believe in the same, that you should practice every day. Be it 10 minutes, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, at least 10 minutes every day. You have to stay motivated. You have to be very personal to it. You know, you have to have some goal that, okay, in 2 months, I want to learn this basics. Maybe in 2 months, I want to do this. So focus, motivation, personal competition with oneself, not with others, is very important.
Investing in yourself and in your knowledge is the best way of investing, I think. So if you choose to learn a language, you will always benefit from it. There is no way you won't benefit. So learn languages. I encourage everybody to learn as many languages as you can.
So guys, go ahead and learn whatever language you want. Pick up any language and I'm sure you guys will do good.
Great. Thank you very much for this conversation, and let's say bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.